Hello again. This time I'll try to give an answer to the question, how random are the battles in Stellaris? And for that I have made some simulations. I have a game here. The year is 2275 and I have a fleet. The military power which somehow describes the strength of this fleet is 3,500. And here I have the enemy. I don't have enough intel to tell much about that enemy. So for example, are they using what kind of guns are they using? Are they using armor? Are they using shields, etc.? Which would of course made some distinctions in my fleet composition. So now I have a distributed fleet. So I have missiles, I have interceptors, and picket class, and there are 3 destroyers, and the rest of the fleet are corvettes. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to make this fleet stronger and weaker, and then I'm going to have the battle repeated 10 times for each power, so that I have some kind of statistical basis on describing how many times I win and how many ships I'm going to lose, dependent on the power difference between these 2 fleets. So let's have the first battle going on. Let's change the speed to the fastest. So there is my fleet coming here, and then I'm giving the order to attack that fleet like this. And let's stop for a while now and see the enemy. What kind of enemy are we having? So they are using shot throwers, which means that the damage is going right into the hull, and they are using armor. But actually they have only hull, so the hull points is 1620, no armor, no shields, etc. And so let's see how the first battle goes. So as you can see, there is not much difference. It seems that the enemy is leading at the moment. But now it's turning on my side actually. And let's see how it goes. So it actually looks pretty good. So like this. So in this battle I won. I lost 2 plus 16 ships. And another thing which I recorded every time was the total damage done. For example, here it's 30,001 for my fleet, and for the enemy fleet it was 19,597. And so I repeated this 10 times for the each strength difference. And so let's go and look at the results. So they are here. So in this graph you can see the power difference in the x-axis, and it is in percentages. So the zero line means that the fleets are equal, and plus 10 means that the attacking fleet, so my fleet, was 10%, had 10% more power. I made it so that this would scale to larger fleets also. And on the y-axis you see the win ratio. So the 50% means that I won as many battles as the enemy did, and 30% means that I won 3 times and the enemy won 7 times. And as you can see from the graph, so it's a very narrow area where the battles actually are random in the sense of result. So if your power difference is above 7%, it seems that the result is deterministic. You will always win. And I did it only for one way, because I think the results are symmetric. It doesn't matter are you an attacker or the defender. So in my mind, this is quite a narrow area. It's about 7%, max 10%, where the result is actually random. Otherwise it is deterministic. And as for the lost ships, here is the graph for it. So here we have again power difference, and on the y-axis we have how many ships we lost. So here, if the power difference was, let's say, under 3%, I always lost about 30 ships. But then when my ships was more powerful, I lost less and less ships. So at the here where it's about 16% power difference, so I lost only 19 ships. Unfortunately, I was not able to go any further because at the game time my fleet was limited to a certain number of ships, so I couldn't make this power difference any larger. Perhaps someday I will. And if you consider that the power difference is not the only thing that matters, because it is very important to have, for example, kinetic kind of weapons against shields and lasers against armor, etc. So what that does, it shifts this line either right or left, but the basic character remains the same. So it is a narrow area where the result will be not deterministic, and the same applies here. Another thing you can see here is that actually you need to have quite an advantage not to lose any ships. Perhaps that will be something I will do in another video and examine how much more do you actually need. So it was a short video this time, but thanks for watching and welcome back. Bye.